Knicks family, what's poppin'? We finally got a chance to see the Knicks play a game, and it felt good. I was impressed. Thoroughly impressed? Not thoroughly, but I was impressed. So let's talk about it. Let's get a little post-game analysis. Let's rock. Knicks family, what's poppin', man? How are y'all doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. Just got home like 10 minutes ago. You know what I mean? So excuse me if everything seems kind of rushed with this post-game analysis, but I'm just walking in the door. Literally, when I say I'm just walking in the door, I mean I'm just walking in the door. You know what I mean? So I don't even know if the lighting is right. You know, I'm kicking around stuff trying to get things ready, but hey, you know, let's talk about this game tonight, because it was number one, it was just exciting to watch the game, right? It was just exciting to definitely exciting to be there live, but it was exciting to watch the game. It was exciting, and let me adjust this. There we go, that's better. And it was exciting to just be there in the presence of the New York Knicks right now. You know what I'm saying? But the game was a lot. I seen a lot of things that I seen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I seen a lot of things that I liked. A lot of things that I liked. Some things that I would like to see more of, or I hope that we'll talk about it. You know, we'll talk about it. So let me see. I got Isaiah jumping into the chat right now, the video chat. Isaiah, did you get a chance to see the game? I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you right now. I think your volume is down. So when your volume gets on, we'll talk to you. But anyway, before I even start talking about the game, let me just tell you a little bit about my experience getting there. You know what I'm saying? I think I told some of you guys, you know, heard me when I was talking about it earlier. And by the way, welcome to the Puma post-game analysis. But anyway, you guys know I do my brand ambassador thing with SeatGeek, but I found what I thought was better tickets on Vivid Seats. So I bought those. And man, I had a crazy problem getting my tickets. It was ridiculous. The person who owned the tickets was supposed to release them to me 24 hours in advance. They didn't release them to me until 2 hours before the game. And then once they delivered me the tickets, then the Vivid Seats system failed to send me an email. Yeah, it was crazy. I had to end up going to Mitch. No, Mitch, they're not an official sponsor. I am an affiliate, but I am allowed to do it this way. So I do want to make that clear, folks. Puma is not an official sponsor. I'm working on it. I'm working very hard on it, but I am an affiliate. One day they'll be an official sponsor. That's the plan. That's my plan. But right now, I am an affiliate. I am a Puma affiliate. But I am allowed to, you know, because I'm going to have a link in the description, I'm allowed to use it. Okay? So, you know, I just want to be clear with that. I am an affiliate. One day, though, Mitch, hopefully, that's the plan. That's the strategy to get them to be an official sponsor. You know what I mean? So if you guys can send information to Puma Hoops, if you can add them, if you can tweet them, add them, whatever it is, let them know, hey, keep paying attention to nothing but Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I had to go through this whole ordeal just to get my tickets, man. And I was up at the window, still on the phone with these guys. And I was like, yo, I'll just buy all the tickets, give me my money back. Finally, the Wizards, they were able to work it out. So, you know, big shout out to the people at Monument Sports that were able to help me out and work it out. But man, Vivid Seats, I don't even want to say anything else. I should have just went through SeatGeek like I planned. Next time I'm going through SeatGeek. Sticking with SeatGeek. But anyway, I got in, sat down, and was ready to play. And as soon as we got out there, the Knicks started warming up. If you go back and look at some of those other videos, you see I was able to capture the Knicks warming up. I didn't capture any of the game. That's not what I was trying to do. But anyway, the starting lineup. Did it surprise me? Didn't really surprise me. I was a little bit surprised that Lance was in the starting lineup. I didn't expect him to be in the starting lineup. Although, let's say this. Was I surprised that he was in the starting lineup? Yes and no. I was surprised that he put him in there, but I wasn't surprised that he was a starter because you need defense in that starting lineup. And Lance did a hell of a job. I think that Lance, in my opinion, is going to be that starting 3-man. I think that Kevin Knox is going to be the starting 4. Cantor, obviously, is going to be the starting 5. You know what I mean? Tim Hardaway is probably going to be the starting 2. Is Trey Burke going to be that starting point guard? I wasn't terribly upset with Trey Burke today. I wasn't terribly upset with him. I think when he came in the game, he started off, he was trying to distribute. He was trying to get the ball out to everyone else. That's what, and I like that. That's what I seen from Trey Burke. Looked like he was trying to get everyone involved before he got himself involved. Now this is, of course, a honeymoon period, right? We're right here. We're in the beginning phases, so we'll see what happens when that honeymoon wears off, and we'll see if he continues to play in this fashion. But I did like what I seen from him today. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. Did like what I seen from him. Looked like he was trying to get people into sets. Looked like he was trying to be that leader out there. He's making me come around to him more and more and more. Yes. He is making me come around to him more and more and more. I still believe, I don't know. I'm just going to say, I'm going to leave it there. You know what I mean? So let's talk a little bit. Isaiah, what's popping, bro?
What's popping, Sam? What's going on? Shout out to the chat.
I'm chilling, man. So did you see the game tonight?
Yeah, I was watching it with my lady. I was chilling watching it with her. And I'm glad, man, Knicks basketball is back. So I got a few things I took from the game that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
First thing, that boy Kevin Knox. Oh my God, jeez.
Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about Kevin Knox. Let's save that. Let's save that. I got Kevin Knox as the next topic, so let's save that because I know people. I'm
gonna just say, woo wee.
Yeah. I know people want to talk about Kevin Knox.
I'll say this about Mitchell Robinson. Woo wee. I'll say this about Mitch, man. Mitch.
Go ahead.
I seen Mitch. I was impressed. You know what's crazy? He keeps impressing me because every time because I have a low expectation of what I thought it was going to happen. Uh-huh. And he did foul a lot, which I'm not surprised. But hey, he got him. What's the name? Hey, he got him ejected.
Right.
He got Marcus Morris ejected. So yeah, I seen. You know what's crazy? A lineup that I liked and was doing good was Frank, Mitchell, Knox. There was another one who was in it.
Hezonja.
I think it was Thomas. No, it was Hezonja. I liked that lineup. That lineup was doing good. It was
Frank, it was Moutier, it was Hezonja, Knox, and Mitchell Robinson.
I liked that lineup. That lineup was young, and I liked it. They were moving up. And you know what's crazy, son? I've seen the difference between Mitchell and Cantor and what Mitchell can be. When he finally gets it, it's going to be scary. I like Another thing I took from the game, that boy Tier, he was born to score. He was born. He was born to score.
He's a scorer.
I would. I'll say this though. What I believe what's going to happen, and I believe what should be. This is my starting five. What I think should be happening. It should be Frank, Tim. I'm gonna go Mario, Knox, Cantor. I'm not you, but you know what it is though, Nate, about Thomas though. Thomas, he had a good game, but this is rare for him. He's not going to be shooting late.
Well, I think. Well, let me go around. Let me go around and get everybody to just give us a couple of sentences in, and then we'll go back to it. What's up, Nate?
What's up, Sim? The debate is over. Ntilikina is the starter. Period. I watched Moutier miss a lot of layups. Surprise, surprise.
Again.
I watched Burke get blown by John Wall so many times. Ntilikina needs to be the starter. He is the best defender out there. You got to let this guy sink or swim. Period. That's it.
Also, hey Sim, can I say something too, real quick? What just the piggyback with Nate? I do believe Frank should be the starter because one thing that I was upset about tonight was that every time Frank was in, they had another point guard. My thing is, and I understand what they're trying to do with him. But I read a thing from an analyst today. You gotta let this kid. You gotta let him sink or burn, man. You gotta let him be point guard and let him.
This is the perfect season to see what you got in him, and then you can decide if you want to get rid of him. Period.
Okay.
I think that, and to me, that's one thing that they need to let him be the sole point guard. Let him just do it. Don't get me wrong. I like the ball movement. I like the 2-point guard system, but I gotta see what this kid can do. You have to, in my opinion, you have to do it. You got to let them run point.
Well, let's see what these guys say. Guillermo, what's popping, man?
Yeah, man, I'm listening to you guys because I couldn't watch the game, so I'm trying to watch highlights. I'm gonna try to watch the replay later. But from what I'm hearing, I heard Mitchell look good. I heard Knox, everyone's praising his double-double like it's something great, which is good. But I agree 100% with Isaiah, man. This kid, Frank Ntilikina, like Gilbert Arenas said, man, you got to let these guys get it out of their system, man. You can't hold them back. You got to actually encourage them to, go out there and make mistakes. He's a young kid. He's impressionable, but I think he's one of those guys. If you light the right fire in him, that team could be special, man. I mean, look. The score is what it is. It's preseason. I don't know. I'll ask you, Sim. Did you see any of the defensive philosophies that they try to run, or did you see at least effort or some type of change from last year? Because I didn't watch the game, so I don't want to talk like I know what's happening.
I think that I saw some effort on the defensive end. Tim Hardaway was getting, in my opinion, he was getting ate up by Bradley Beal, which probably is to be expected, but he couldn't do anything with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal was running, they had Bradley Beal running off of screens and Tim Hardaway was chasing them, and, Bradley Beal would basically get whatever shot that he wanted to on Tim Hardaway Jr.
And just one more comment before you go on. The thing with Lance Thomas, I feel like if you're going to have a lineup with Enes Kanter, you got to have Lance Thompson. Because, look, I think last year he was kind of off. I think he was a little nicked up with injuries last year, if I remember. Mm-hmm. But I thought the year before that, I thought maybe he's not, your prototypical starter. But I thought in terms of defense and a guy who could hit the open three, I thought he was excellent for a contender team. And obviously the Knicks aren't there yet. But, hey, if you're going to have Kanter as your offensive big man, you're sacrificing some points in the front court. So I think Lance playing at the 4, you're playing with Knox and you have a hungry Frank. I think that's a good lineup. So
yeah, I think that, and I'm gonna get to Ron Cleveland. Ron Cleveland, what's popping, bro?
Man, Sam.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel after tonight?
I hear you.
How'd you feel after tonight? How'd you feel, Ron? How'd you feel about the starting lineup that he had out there tonight?
I was a little disappointed at first, but I understood why you had Trey Burke in there. honestly, out of our 3-point guards, Trey Burke really moved the needle when it comes to being able to get the team set up, can score. Frank is still playing hesitant. I watched the whole game. I got it recorded. Matter of fact, I was there watching it again. Frank just needs to get a little bit more aggressive, as we always know. But watching that whole game tonight, what I was impressed with, man, Sim, is the team played as a unit. Mm-hmm. He played everybody tonight but Courtney Lee. And I heard they say Courtney Lee is hurt, back injury. I don't buy that. I think that's really, he's trade bait. He's going to be gone.
You think so?
Yeah. He's going to be gone. He's going to be packaged. He's going to be packaged somehow with somebody, but he's going to be gone. But what I saw tonight, everybody played together as a team. I didn't see no bunch of wide open threes. They were getting after it. And even, I'm gonna call out a name that hey, I've been packaging this fool. Him and Moutier. Isaiah Hicks surprised me tonight. Just looking at even his body structure. That lower body looked like he lost about 15 pounds. And even I saw him on one play where he was bringing the ball up the court. I was shocked. I was like,
yeah.
In North Carolina.
Yeah, I seen that. All right. Let me get another perspective. We got Prophet Mentality who's in the chat.
What's better? Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, for sure, man. First time in the chat. Glad to see you
definitely.
Here,
I'm remarkable. I'm the dude that was saying you look like my pops. That was me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's going on though?
I'm chilling, man. How'd you feel about that starting lineup tonight that you seen?
Hold on, give me a second. My fault, Sam. I gotta mute. Yeah, let me mute the thing. All right. Yeah. Well, I liked what I seen. Mm-hmm. Definitely still complaining about Tim Hardaway Jr., man. I'm just not really feeling him, man. If he could be as aggressive as his bad shot selection, I would love him. But he just takes away from the flow of everything with his decision making, man. I'm just not really, But besides him, I'm very, very excited about what I seen. Put some respect on my man Lance Thomas' name, chat. Straight up, y'all be coming down on my bro, man. He gonna hold it down, man. Put some respect on his name. Yeah. Definitely, man. But more or less, besides that, what are we speaking about in particular about tonight, though?
Well, we got a few things we're talking about, but just how people feel about that starting lineup is one. One thing I want to say, and I'm gonna come back to the chat. And let me get to Ant. Let me get to Ant first, and then I'm gonna come back to the chat. Ant, what's your take, man, on that starting lineup tonight?
On the starting lineup, I wasn't too hot about it. Honestly, the lineup that impressed me the most, which I wasn't expecting, was the one that had Frank and Moutier playing together. Okay. With Hezonja and Knox, and I forgot who was the big man in that lineup. Maybe Mitchell Robinson. That lineup was very good defensively. They caused a lot of disruption. They ran. They were efficient. So that's interesting. I never really thought about Moutier and Frank. If Moutier can continue, because he played hard on defense tonight. If Moutier can continue to be that attentive on defense, I think him and Frank, for spells together, can be effective.
Okay.
Knox was good. I feel like if he played in the fourth, Knox I think he could have had over 20.
Yeah, definitely.
His rebounding was very impressive.
Kevin Knox tonight, 13 points. He was 4 for 9 from the field for 44%. He shot 40% from three, 75% from the free throw line. He had 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals.
Yeah. And only, 25 minutes?
And 26 minutes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's the type of thing, listen, I don't know, I think it was Who's Mark we were talking to. We were talking about the ability of Kevin Knox. And let's slide into Kevin Knox. Before we slide into Kevin Knox, I just want to say one thing about the lineup. I think right now, I believe Lance Thomas needs to be in that starting lineup. He needs to be in the starting lineup. One, because of his defensive ability. Two, because he is in that starting lineup. You need somebody who has the. You need that leader on the floor. You need somebody who has the ability to just be a stable person on the floor, right? Especially if you're going to have Trey Burke, if you're going to have Tim Hardaway. Both of those guys at times can be erratic, right? We're hoping that maybe Trey Burke turned the corner, but those guys can be erratic. You need to have somebody that can just be stable. You know what I mean? And I think Lance Thomas is that dude that can be stable. I feel good with him on the floor. I feel like things are stable and under control with him on the floor. That's me. That's how I feel. And coaches go with guys they can trust. That's the reason why you see him in that starting lineup, right? I think he's going to stay in the starting lineup. And he can hit open jump shots. Like, that's an underrated part of his game. Exactly. He can hit open jump shots. I think that Kevin Knox, we talked about it before, I think Kevin Knox is going to stay at the 4. Right? Look at it. I was looking at his body size. I was comparing him to Otto Porter. He's the same size, if not bigger than Otto Porter out there on the floor. He can compete with these 4s. He's big. I got to see him up close. I was seeing him up close. He's a good size. And I'm going to tell you now, I think because he's active and he has a knack for knowing where the ball is going to be, if you put Kevin Knox at the 4, I think he's going to average 7 to 8 rebounds a game. I think he can. You know what I mean? Because he has a knack for finding the ball. You know what I mean? And just getting to where the ball is as far as rebounding is concerned. And it's going to be, and this, I talked about this before, and it's one of the reasons that I said, and everyone wants to kill me, but it's one of the reasons that I said I think Kevin Knox has a bigger repertoire than KP, because he can grab the rebound at the rim and take it full court, handling the ball full court, coast to coast. He can initiate the offense handling the ball if you really need him to. There's a big difference from having a guy that's 6'9", 6'10", that could take the ball coast to coast. And I mean legitimately take it coast to coast, not just like dribble up when there's no defense there. Legitimately take it coast to coast, and if he needs to, possibly weave in and out of people and make a play. Kevin Knox can do that. I'm not saying that he's KP right now, but in the future, right now, I think he has a bigger repertoire of things he can do offensively already. That's the reason why I say that about Kevin Knox. And I see some people saying Kevin Knox is a 3-sim, saying he's a 3. I'm not so sure, man. He's 6'9", he's going to be 6'10". I think Knox is going to end up being a 4 in this league, a stretch 4, like a KD type of guy. He can be a 3 or a 4. Even with the way he plays, I think when I think about Kevin Knox and Porzingis, I don't even think about like position or like who has more. I look at when I think of them together, I get excited. Of course, definitely. And I seen somebody just ask me, why would a 7'3" guy go coast to coast? I'm not saying that a 7'3" guy needs to go coast to coast. All I'm saying is that Kevin Knox has more in his repertoire, and that Kevin Knox at 6'10", who can go coast to coast, as opposed to someone like Noah Vonleh, who is 6'10" as well, who can't go coast to coast. That's a benefit that you have when you have a guy that's 6'10", who can grab the rebound and go coast to coast. You know what I'm saying? Who can grab the rebound and initiate the break. That's a positive, because you don't need that big man to find the guard to initiate the break. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I think is such a big benefit for having a guy like Knox. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was thoroughly impressed with Kevin Knox tonight. Guillermo, what's up? What's poppin'?
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, Nate. But I agree with you 100% on Kevin Knox. I was also going to ask, how did Hezonja look tonight, like with regards to, did they allow him to take up the point forward, like dribble? Because remember, with the Magic last year, he started to come alive when he was able to take it coast to coast and handle the ball a little bit more. And I think that depending on matchups, if you can have our team where Hezonja's taking on the ball and our one guard, Trey Burke or Franklin Akina could get the ball off ball and hit those threes, I think we could be dangerous, because how do you guard a bunch of big men who could take up the ball, and how do you guard a bunch of small guys who could take up the ball? So I just want to ask, how does Hezonja look with the point forward?
Hezonja, I don't know how much he got to play there. It was kind of when Hezonja was in, and there was someone he was in with, like a Moutier or Frank or some other some other guards. I think there was a time when he was in there with, at the end of the game, it was Hezonja, Dotson, maybe Kadeem Allen, and whoever else was in the game. And he had a chance a few times to initiate the break. He looked decent. Sometimes I feel like he's a little bit erratic too, a little bit one of those guys that gets in, I don't want to say gets in his emotions, but like his adrenaline gets pumping and you got to maybe pull him back. He might, of course, this is just me seeing him play one game, but I just see that propensity for him to do that, possibly. But I think I liked what he can bring. Another guy that's 6'8" that can catch a rebound. I mean, they played him at the foursome when we played in a small lineup. It was Frank Ntilikina, Moutier, Mario Hezonja, Mitchell Robinson, and like Alonzo Trier or somebody. And
because if you watch him, I'm sorry to cut you off, Sam. If you watch him when he was with Barcelona, and you watch him last year with the Magic, I think he's in the same position. Like, I think he's the same thing as Frank, a little bit better because he has his offense a little bit is more there. But I think he's a confidence guy. I think you gotta let him kind of, I don't say shoot out of it, but you can't hold him back because he can go off. He's another guy who can get hot and really hot. And when he was with Barcelona, all that stuff you see Doncic doing with all the driving and dribbling, all that stuff, you see how the Mavericks give him confidence. He was doing that with Barcelona. Yeah. And I think that we need to refine it. We need to find that. We need to rediscover that with Hezonja. So.
Yeah, definitely. Let me get to Prophet Mentality. I think he probably got something to say. Prophet, what's popping, man? What do you think about Kevin Knox, Mario Hezonja, and then I'm gonna go to the. Look like maybe we lost him. There he is.
No,
then I'm gonna go to the call.
Hey, more or less how I feel, man, is I like what I seen from Hezonja. Everything as far as a building block. You can't perfection from something that's just put together at the end of the day. So I seen enough to see what we can be with him on a.
Yeah, right. I hear you.
Pause. No, I like him though. Like from a basketball standpoint, I really like what he brings. Like everything so far. Yeah. One time I wish he would have shot. Remember when he threw the ball away? He was like in the paint, like by himself. Yeah, and he tried to force a pass. I was like, bro, you right. Don't do no Frank. SHIT now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, come on. Yeah. Shoot. But besides that, he good money.
Yeah, and he's active. He's active. You know what I mean? Yes. He's an active guy. I like, he can do a little bit of everything, and he knows he can do it, so he puts himself in those kind of situations, man. I like that. Facts. I like that about him. Payback Carter. Payback, what's popping, bro?
Uncle Sam, what's the word?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling.
Hold on.
Yeah, so your take on Knox, Mario Hezonja, some other guys. I was thoroughly impressed with Kevin Knox tonight. I just was, I just like his game. I'm sure there's going to be nights when he's not as good, but I really like what I see.
I was definitely impressed with him. You know what I mean? Double, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. The steals what impressed me out because I see he was playing the passing lane. That impressed me a lot. Seeing him play the passing lane. So that was interesting. Because he got them long arms, so that's going to be big.
Right. Exactly.
Mario Hezonja was also big for us too. He had 8 and 5, 2 assists, but that 8 and 5, that's how many minutes he had. I think he played like. I don't know how much minutes Mario played, but we could get more out of that.
Right. Yeah, man. Let me get to one of these calls right here. All right. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's up, bro? How's it going, man?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
Pretty good. That was a good game tonight, man. I just want to say real quick,
game.
Robinson, I really like that he didn't back down from Morris. You know, he's one of the tough guys, you know, in the league.
Definitely.
So I love that he stood in there, you know, face to face with him. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know,
Robinson is going to be okay. You know, there's going to be nights when he goes out early because of foul trouble. You know, like he got in about, I think, maybe 6 minutes in the first quarter, and you know, it picked up 2 fouls in that 6 minutes. You know what I mean, in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You know what I mean? I think if I'm David Fizdale, I'm not gonna pull him out that much because of fouls, unless it's just really, really hurting the team. I'm gonna let him play through it a little bit, because you're not gonna play him 30 minutes anyway.
I notice he does, instead of putting his hands straight up, like he kind of reaches and puts them to the side. I'm like, you know, you got those long arms, just put them straight up, they'll be good, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, what's gonna happen with Mitchell Robinson, because he's so thin, like tonight, there wasn't that many bruisers out there, right? Dwight Howard
that's what I was saying the other night. There's not that many bruisers that are gonna be, you know, pounding him down low. So that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
If Dwight Howard was there, he's a bruiser. Dwight Howard
that's true. He would have got eaten. Yeah.
But so what's gonna happen though is, and this is what happens with people who are small in stature. You know, relative to the NBA, he's small in stature. You know, relative to big men in the NBA, small in stature. And you can see he's gonna fill out. You can see how wide and big his shoulders are. He's definitely gonna fill out in the coming years.
Yeah.
But a guy like Dwight Howard, they're gonna boom, bang him.
Yeah.
Right. And then what's gonna happen?
Definitely.
Right. And what's gonna happen is when they're banging him, he's going to try to use his body to bang back. And what's going to happen? The ref is going to call a foul on him, because it's going to be obvious that he's using his body, because, you know, he's going to have to put that motion into it. It's going to be obvious, and he's going to, you know, there's going to be foul calls. You know what I mean? And I guess that's to be expected right now. You know, that's to be expected right now with Mitchell Robinson, because, you know, he's a young guy.
I'd rather have him, you know, those growing pains now, as, you know, opposed to 2-3 years from now, when I think we could be a really good team. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let him learn right now while we struggle, and, you know, it'll be for the better, but, you know, later down the road.
Right. You know, he'll be okay. He'll be okay.
Yeah. Real quick, what guard combination do you like most? You want to see, you know, what would you think?
Which guard combination do I like the most?
Yeah.
So are you saying which guard combination did I like the most tonight?
I guess in general, you know, if you were starting, you know, the season, who would you want at the 1 and 2?
You know, I think right now I just want to see more of the preseason, you know, before I can really just, you know, say, we need to do this guy, that guy. You know, I just want to see a little bit more of the preseason. We see a little bit more of the preseason. We'll know a little bit more. Right now, it looks like I'm going to be honest with you, it looks like it's Trey Burke's starting job to lose right now.
Burke tonight, to me, he was a little bit of a letdown tonight. I didn't think he was, at least in my eyes, I didn't think he was really good tonight. In the beginning, he seemed like he was. I don't think he's not a natural point guard. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when he's in, the offense kind of stalls a little bit. At least to me, I could be wrong, but I kind of want a natural point guard.
Well, I mean, you know, we know that. I think we already know that about Trey Burke. You know, I think we already know that he's not just the natural point guard. I think he did a good job of trying to facilitate tonight, though. At least in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't get to see him in the second half because they came out with a totally different lineup in the second half. But I think in the beginning he was trying to facilitate, trying to get people involved. Trey Burke ended the night with, let's see, what did Trey Burke end with tonight? Trey Burke ended with 7 points. He was 2 for 6 from the field, 33%, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. And I think that's because, and this is where we come into a problem, and I'm gonna let you go from here because I know some other people want to call in. All right.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
No doubt. And I think this is where we're gonna come in with the problem with Trey Burke. I think Trey Burke is gonna try to be the point guard that many people are asking him to be. And because of that, he's going to be thinking instead of playing. And he's going to try to be that leader. It may be what he needs to go to in order to develop it. But it's something that we need to watch. If Trey Burke is trying to be that facilitator type of guy instead of just playing his game, then we might not see that same Trey Burke. So that's a dynamic we got to look out for. Let me take one more call. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
I'm all right.
So, what's going on with you tonight, man?
No, I appreciate the you streaming afterwards at Mike Breen. I wish your son would have got a little bit closer so we could have heard Mike Breen talk. But
yeah. I'm gonna take.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take and cut it out and put some, just put some captions underneath it. You can see what he said.
No, definitely. But there's two things I wanted to touch on tonight. Hopefully, I can get to both of them. But I'll start with the first. I know this is a Frank favor. You guys like Frank, but I don't know. Dotson and Baker outplayed him tonight. I mean, Frank's a great on-ball defender, but I mean, when it gets to the half court, Frank was lost sometimes, and he's got to. And I mean, he's got to learn.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question though. What do you consider lost?
There's a couple times where when the ball's not on his side of the court, Frank, he does play good ancillary defense where he's in the right position, but when the ball swings, that guy always beats him. Frank has always got his head turned to him. I mean, when he's on ball and it's just the guys in front of him and he's got to guard just that one guy, Frank is the man. But when the ball's swinging around the court, Frank gets lost. I mean, I like what I saw from Baker tonight.
See, I don't know if I agree with the fact that Frank. I always hear people say that Frank gets lost on the floor. I disagree. I don't see him getting lost. Just because someone isn't aggressively going to the basket doesn't mean they're lost and don't know where they're supposed to be on the floor.
No.
I don't agree with that.
I'm not saying on defense he's on point. I mean, he doesn't get, but on offense he definitely gets, because he's not looking for a shot. I think he gets lost when the ball's swinging around, and when he gets the ball, he's timid, he's hesitant. When a guy, you looked at Dotson tonight, when he got the ball, he was on the move. Whether he was taking a jump shot or whether he was going to the basket, that's what he was doing.
Okay,
Frank
so
likes to sit there.
Well, I'm gonna let you go for a minute. I'm gonna let you go, all right? Because I know there's a lot of people trying to get in the call before the night is over. All right, I appreciate your call.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yep, go ahead.
Also, Moutier's out of a job. I mean, unless he goes up and plays a lot better than he did tonight. I mean, there's no way Trier doesn't take Moutier's spot. For the same height, they do a lot of the same things, supposed to break the defense down, get to the hole. Moutier was on the ground 5 to 10 times tonight. Trier at least was dropping that ball off in the cup. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for everything you did tonight. And,
no doubt.
What's up, chat? Have a good night.
All right, have a good one. Okay, a couple of things I want to respond to with that one right there. Number one, as far as Frank being lost, I see a lot of people say that, and I think just because a player isn't aggressive offensively doesn't mean that they're lost on the floor. One, you have to realize, like, he compared them to Dotson and said, you can see Dotson on the move, blah, 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 blah. Different players have different assignments when they're on the floor, right? So you don't know exactly. Dotson is a jump shooter. So you might see Dotson on the move running off screens to try to get that pull-up shot, that pull-up jumper. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the screen. You might not see Frank doing that because Frank is a little bit more of a facilitator than guy that's going to come off screens. That's not what he does. So if you're utilizing players to their ability, you may not see Frank coming off screens, running off screens, and things like that. You know, you see Frank do a lot of, Frank sets a lot of screens for people. You know, and part of that is probably because Fizdale sees, and I think Hornacek had him do setting screens for people too, but Fizdale sees maybe he's a good screen setter. Maybe he likes some things that happens off of Frank setting screens. I don't know. But different players are going to have different roles. You know what I mean? I don't think that Frank gets lost on the court. Just because he's not doing what maybe you expect him to do doesn't mean that he's lost on the court. You've got to know what assignments the coach gave him in order for you to say he's lost. If the coach told him to stand there, then how is he lost? You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that. I see that maybe he's not as aggressive as people want him to be, but I don't think he gets lost on the floor. I think that's just something that people say because they can't explain how they can't explain certain things maybe, but I don't think he gets lost on the floor. You know, and then as far as Alonzo Trier taking Moutier's spot, I doubt that. If Alonzo Trier does make the 15-man roster, it'll be when Joakim Noah is waived or whatever happens, is a buyout or whatever happens with Joakim Noah, then I think we'll see Alonzo Trier come in. But I do not believe that he's gonna take Moutier's spot. You know, I think that Alonzo Trier is not a natural point guard. And okay, you know, you try to force him to be it. That's not it. He's not it. You know, he is a shooting guard and he wants to score. You know what I mean? And, Alonzo Trier, you know, if he's going to be successful, if you try to convert him to a point guard that's going to facilitate, then I think you're gravely mistaken because that's not what he does. I think you've got to just let him do what he does, put him in a position where he can go score the ball. You know, that's what I think. So we'll see. I mean, you know, Moutier didn't play awful. He didn't play awful. He could have done better, but he wasn't awful. I mean, what was Moutier? Okay, he was 1 for 6 from the field. We know about that. Let me see. He had 4 points. He had 5 assists. You know what I'm saying? More assists than anybody else on the team. You know, including Trey Burke. All right. And he had 3 rebounds. He had 2 turnovers. You know, if he would have been 3 or 6, he would have had 8 points and 5 rebounds. You know, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know Alonzo Trier had 13 points, you know, but also he was looking to score. He was not looking to give up the rock. He was looking to score. All right, so let's get back to the chat. Let's see what the chat got to say. And I'm gonna come to you, man. What is your take on Alonzo Trier right now? So we're just gonna get to the guard situation. What's your take on Alonzo Trier in the guard situation?
I don't like the way my foot tastes, but Alonzo Trier is kind of making me a believer a little bit.
Okay.
I like what I see. His handle's a little more advanced than I thought it would be. He's a little more athletic than I thought he was. His game, I think, come next year, we may have a good, cheap weapon on our side. This year, I don't think he's going to, get too much burn on the big league team, but I think come next year, we may have another steal. I think.
Okay.
I think he makes guys like, Courtney Lee and Tim Hardaway Jr. a little expendable. I'm not really nothing Tim. I mean, it's nothing he's showing me. It's showing me an improved Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, so guys like Alonzo Trier and Dotson, I kind of want to see what they have. I kind of wish Dotson had more than 45 games. I'm not Dotson. Trier had more than 45 games to be on the NBA team, but I like him. His game reminds me a little of. He's not as good as this guy, but it reminds me a little of like Gilbert Arenas, like a big guard that can score the basketball. Not really a facilitator, but he's a big guard that has decent athleticism. He can score the basketball. And, you know, I think there's some value in that. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Let me get to Guillermo. What do you think, Guillermo?
Yo, I like Alonzo Trier, man. I think the plan, though, what it should be, just because I'm all about trying to build up assets in Moutier and all these other guys to try to trade him off. I think you put him down in the D League or with the Westchester Knicks, who I think did a really good job with Trey Burke. And I think you develop him as like that fourth guard. That guard off the bench just come in and score, because he's really athletic, and like it's weird. I think just because he has like a big head, but he looks like I would say a bigger version of Lou Williams. I don't know. I see the guy's face. I can't remember who it is, but I like his game a lot, and I think that if you bring him in after the 45 days, whatever, with Westchester, how many games he could play, and then come up long term, I think you bring him in the second half as a guy off the bench. And he could be really dangerous. Like if you put him in there with him, Dotson, Mitchell, so you have the defense on the front court, you can have a really dangerous second unit. And you know that's the way the NBA is going. These guards who are score first point guards. And you know, hey, I like the pick a lot, man. I think that the Knicks did a bang up job with this past draft, man. So hey, they could develop him as that guard, come off the bench. They could develop in a mode of what Trey Burke is now, and have him once you kind of trade off some of these assets. Hey, that's
Yeah,
great job, man.
And that was, I mean, Mike Breen, you know, one of the things that Mike Breen said is, you know, I know Knicks fans gotta love these three rookies we got here. You know what I mean?
Great draft, man.
Yeah. And I actually got a chance to speak with Alonzo Trier's brother. He said he was Alonzo Trier's brother, and I'm gonna cut it up and break it down for you guys. He said he was Alonzo Trier's brother. You know, I seen him in the hallway. I went up to him with the stream going, and I just said, "Hey, you know, you Knicks fan, what's going on? How you feel about tonight?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm a fan. I got a brother on the team." I said, "Oh, okay. So who's your brother?" He said, "Alonzo Trier." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I asked him a few questions. One of the things that he did say is that Alonzo Trier thinks he should be part of that 15-man roster.
Hey, I like that attitude.
He wants to be on that 15-man roster. And I asked him, I said, is he cool with developing in the G League? And he was like, he didn't say no, but he just said he feels that he should be playing in the NBA. You know, so Alonzo Trier's mindset is to be in the league. You know what I mean?
That's good hunger, man. That's what we need.
Yeah.
But hey, Sim, can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Did you at least give him the invitation to come on your show?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Just making sure you didn't sell yourself short, man. You can't be too humble out here, man.
No, I did. I asked him, and I said, "Yo, it'd be nice if you can get Trey to come on to the show." He said, "You know, I'll let him know about the show, but you know, that's all we got from there. We'll see." You know. Now, let me get to Isaiah. See what Isaiah got to say. Isaiah, what's up, bro?
Hey, Sim. Yo, Sim, can I say something to the chat?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I know you will never say, because you are a great man, you are a God man, you are a beloved man. What? I'm gonna say it for you. Okay. I'm gonna say it for you. Some of these people in the chat don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they don't know basketball. And Sim won't say it because he's a good, humble God man. I go to church, but only on one Sunday. Listen.
I don't even go to church.
Listen. Listen. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. I read an article, man. Right? People don't know how complicated basketball is, and even I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how complicated, because I never played basketball. I read an article, man. Tim Hardaway tried to explain to a reporter how he gets open, just to get open in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And the reporter was like, he thought it was rocket science. That's how complicated it is just to get open in the NBA. So when somebody comments and says he looks lost, all right. I'm gonna be real. I'm trying to be as humble as I can be. I can be as humble as I can be. 99.9% of us in this chat do not know anything about professional basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to be funny. It's just about, You don't know when somebody said Frank looked lost, bro, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. These are professional. You know, okay. I know we joke about Moutier. Moutier at an NBA level is not good. At an NBA level, he's probably not good. But for people to say like Frank is trash when he plays defense, you sound pretty stupid. Because if you can play, listen, if you're 20 years old and can play defense in the NBA, let me, because I know. Do you know what I saw today? I saw Trey switch into a power forward, and he looked like he was a child. And y'all talking about some of y'all want Trey. I looked at we switching, which we're gonna switch a lot, just to let everybody know. If Frank is on, all right. If I'm gonna say it like this, if Frank isn't on this team, it's gonna be Derrick Rose, 2016 again. And we all know how that went. When we had Raymond Sessions dropping 50 points on us because nobody can guard a guard.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean,
and again, Sim, I know you will never say it to somebody. I know you won't say it to these people. I know we're all a family, but I'm gonna tell the crazy drunk cousin to shut the hell up because they don't know basketball because they gotta stop.
Everybody got an opinion, bro. Everybody got an opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna respect their opinion. You know, let me see what Nick got to say, my man. Let me see what Nick got to say. Let me see.
Hey, man.
My man had to come. Isaiah had to come in and set some people straight in the chat, and now you know the chat responding a little bit, so you need to check the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's hot right now.
What's going on, Nate?
So Sim, I got a question for you. Going back to when we were talking about putting Knox at the 4.
Yeah.
Do you trust Thomas to play at the 3?
Yes. We don't need Lance Thomas to come out and score 15, 16, 17 points a game.
But I'm talking about the defensive end because you have a lot of really fast wings on there. Can you trust? I mean,
yeah, I think so.
No,
I think so. I don't have a
Knox is more athletic.
Yeah, he might be more athletic. Just because he's more athletic doesn't mean that he has the basketball IQ. He doesn't mean he has the footwork. Doesn't mean that he has just the basic understanding of angles right now in his career. You know, that Lance Thomas is going to have when playing. And Lance Thomas just has the experience playing against LeBron, Giannis. He just has that experience already.
I agree with you on that end. You know I do like Lance Thomas. I think he needs to be in the starting lineup because you have a young core and you need that vet that's going to settle the team down if they get in a hole or they make bad plays. And Lance Thomas is your professional to the T. I mean, the guy just comes out and plays, and he plays well. If you look at his shot, it's improved a lot since he's been on the Knicks. This is probably the best I've seen him shoot. Yeah. So, I mean, he's been working on his game, and nobody's talked about him at all. Yeah. I mean, this guy just goes about his business and do his thing.
Yeah, and look, you know, I see, you know, someone in the chat says, you know, Knox at the 3. I just even in the second half when that lineup started that second half, it was Frank Ntilikina. Who was it out there in the second half? Frank Ntilikina, Mario Hezonja, Emmanuel Mudiay. So you had Hezonja at the 3, you had Mudiay and Frank switching off between the 1 and the 2, and Knox was at the 4, and Mitchell Robinson was at the 5. Right? I think that they're going to use Knox at that 4 position at least this year. We'll see what happens when KP comes back.
Well, I think the good thing is too, Sim, because they are going to switch a lot because we saw a lot of switching in the game. At least if they have to switch on a small ball 4 or a small forward, Knox or Lance can at least match up with them. Yeah. You know, you can interchange both of them out if needed. So you're not gonna be at a disadvantage on the defensive end.
Right. Okay. Let me see what you know. I want to hear what Ron Cleveland has to say about this, and we still kind of talk about these guards, though. You know, looking at this guard situation because I do not think the guard situation is settled. What do you think, Ronald? Do you think it's settled with Trey Burke, or do you think?
No, I don't think
there's more to look at.
I don't think that point guard position is settled. I think we're gonna let Trey Burke come out first. Let him get his time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we gonna go. Hey Sam, I can barely hear you, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking. I'm not talking.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't think that point guard position is settled. I think realistically he's gonna let each one of them guys get the opportunity to take that position.
Yeah.
Just like you said.
Right.
Greenberg looked like he's gonna be the first one to be starting for some of these preseason games. Then I think it's gonna be Moody in second. I think he's gonna save Frank for last. The reason why I think he's gonna save Frank for last is just because of that defensive aspect. He know what he brings. That he can come in the second unit in any one of those given night and cause havoc.
Yeah.
So Frank gonna be the last one, and normally you know how the saying go. Hey man, those who wait last. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think what's gonna happen. I think Wednesday, right? We play the Nets on Wednesday. I think you're gonna see two different guards start. I think you could see Moody and Trey Burke start. You could see Frank and Trey Burke start. I don't think come Wednesday. I don't think we're gonna say, okay, this is definitely who's gonna be starting on Wednesday. I think there's going to be. He's gonna continue to experiment. That's why it happened in the second half. And look, Frank and Moody are on the floor in the second half. I think Ant alluded to it. It did not look bad. They started in the second half. The Knicks were down after halftime. I forgot what the score was. They came out and they played well together. They were only on the court for a short period of time, but they played well together. And I'll say this. I think, and a couple people in the chat, in the video chat, have already alluded to it. When Frank is handed the keys, and says, "Here, you play that point guard position," to me, he looks more confident. When he's handed and said, "Go out there and play that point guard position, you're the guy," I think he does look more confident. When he started that second half of the game, I feel like he looked a lot more confident. And to someone who says something about Ron Baker outplaying whoever and Damian Dotson outplaying whoever, let's also put that in perspective. They were on the floor with the JV squads, right? So yeah, they may have looked like they outplayed this person and that person, but they weren't out on the floor with guys who was going to be, getting major rotation minutes. They were out on the floor with guys who were probably going to be out the league. You know what I mean? So we also got to take that into perspective. You know what I'm saying? Prolific, man. What do you think, man? What do you think, Prolific? Profit mentality. What do you think, man?
As far as what are you talking about?
Just about this guard situation.
Running my mouth.
Just about this guard situation.
To keep it a bean with you, a lot of people ain't gonna agree with me because I was overhearing people talking about, let Frank develop and this and this. To me, I give him the title. If he can be Joe Dumars, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Straight like that. If he could be Joe Dumars, I'm happy.
Right.
He don't have to be that main dude. He can be the dude on the side. I like him and Burke together. Personally. That's just my personal opinion. Because I would rather Tim Hardaway Jr. come off the bench. Like I said, he just takes away from the flow of the offense to like I don't know. He's best as a sixth man to me while he's on this team. That's just my opinion. Unless he's gonna be aggressive the whole time. Then
yeah, I'm with you. Let me see. Who? Let me get the payback. What's going on, man? What's your thoughts on it?
On who we talking about?
Just on this guard situation, because we still got a lot to work out with this guard situation. Trey Burke. He was okay. I'm not. Looking at what his stats were tonight, I'm not. Too concerned about how much points he scored or didn't score or anything like that with any of the players. And what Trey Burke was. Had 7 points. I'm not too concerned about that too much. Right. I'm more, I was just really looking at, the way the game was played. And, let's put it like this. I also want to say this, though. This is pretty funny to me. You know, everyone is saying that Trey Burke isn't. I mean, Frank Ntilikina isn't aggressive enough, and all this kind of stuff. He's not shooting shots and all that stuff. But Trey Burke does. Trey Burke played 14 minutes. He had 7 points. He shot 6 times, 33% from the field. He had 1 assist. He also had 1 rebound. Frank Ntilikina, he played 15 minutes. He shot 5 times. He was 2 for 5 from the field. He had 5 points. And he had 2 assists. No rebounds. I mean, and, you know, they were both, Trey Burke was a positive 2. Frank Ntilikina was a positive 7. All right. Of the point guards, who scored? I mean, of the point guards, of course, it was Trey Burke who scored the most points with 7. Emmanuel Mudiay only took 6 shots from the point guard, from that guard position. Right. So, I mean, you know, I mean, I know people are going to say, well, you know, the eye test and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, you're asking them to shoot the ball. If that's the, you know, if Frank would have came out and just took 10 shots, people would have said, well, at least he was aggressive. Right? He took 5 shots on par with every other point guard that's on the team.
Right.
You know, but he's the one, you know, that everyone is going to say wasn't being aggressive. You know, he was also 1 for 2 from 3. You know, so, I mean, what do you think? Payback. Breaking up a little bit, man. Breaking up.
I gotta see the second preseason game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I didn't really see. This first game, which is all right because, like I said, it's just preseason. But I gotta see the second game.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
Pull it out. Burke, all right. I see he tried to. Mudiay. I don't. What was he? 6'4" what? What was he? 6'4".
Who, Mudiay? Mudiay was he was 1 for 6 from the field for 4 points.
I don't know. I gotta see the second game. I didn't really see much. I can't really call it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Try if you could do me a favor. Try to, you know, the when you have the mic down by your chest, it's hard to hear you. It breaks up a lot. All right. Isaiah, man, what's going on? Go ahead, Isaiah. Then I'm gonna take this call.
Oh, listen, man. Listen. Yo, Sim, how many times I gotta keep saying this, man? You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I don't understand some of our fans. We complain about point guards that don't play defense. Then we get a point guard that plays defense and we complain. And you know, Sim, you said it before. You said if we have Magic Johnson, we'll find a way to complain about Magic Johnson.
Right.
It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to me that we okay. All right. Let's clarify one thing. When we're finally good, we don't need all 5 players to score the basketball. When we got a real 14, you need a player like Frank to facilitate because we don't need a scoring point guard. We have a scoring power forward / center. We got a scoring small forward in Kevin Knox. We're probably gonna get another shooting guard. Who knows? And then we got Mitchell Robinson. It frustrates me with fans because it's again you don't need to have a Kyrie. You don't need to have a scoring point guard. You really don't. I don't understand how we finally have a point. We have a point guard that, and it gets me angry. It gets me angry because it's like people see Golden State, they only see the offense, they don't see the defense. They listen. Just for a small example, for how great Houston Rockets were before Chris Paul came, they were great offensively and sucked defensively. And see what happened when they finally became a top 10 defense. That's when they took Golden State to 7 games. People don't understand. It gets me so angry because, again, you need. I can't stress it enough how much we need defense. We literally seen it with Derrick Rose. He gave. Listen, it's crazy. They gave us D Rose gave us 18 points per game, and we still lost. What does that tell you? when point guard if you score 18 points and a point guard scores 30 points, how are we going to win?
Right. So, well, I mean, that's it. Well, this point guard battle is definitely going to continue. Obviously, we knew that we weren't going to get any kind of answers tonight. One thing that I do want to bring up, and this relates directly with the point guards, with the guards, let's just say the guards, the pace of play wasn't what I expected it to be. Now, we did score 100 and,
26.
126 points, 124 points. Scored 124 points. But there were still times, I wanted to see them get the ball and really try to get up the floor, and there's nothing there, then bring it out. There were still times when, I obviously there's going to be times when they walk the ball up the floor, right? But I just didn't see it going as fast as I expected it to go.
You see David Fizdale like, come on, let's go, guys, let's run.
Yeah, as much as I just thought that it was going to be a little bit faster, as much as we keep talking about, not us, but the Knicks, keep talking about, the game getting faster, playing the game faster. We didn't seem to play as fast as I thought we were going to play. What do you think about that? Let me get the Nate. And then I'm going to come to Guillermo.
But the ironic part about that is we got a lot of our baskets off transition more so, because when we got into half court, we struggled. We could not run the offense. It was a lot of pick and roll and just a lot of jump shots, and half the time we didn't make the jump shots. When I saw the game, I saw a lot of baskets that were made in transition, like Knox coming up and pulling up on a jumper or shooting a three. Hardaway had a couple opportunities in transition and threes because they didn't cover the guy. So I actually think that our best shots were in transition than in the half court. But
yeah.
I agree. It should have been faster. I think that'll come in time.
Yeah, and maybe it just takes time for them to get into that mode to, get the ball out and go. You know what I mean? You gotta teach the big men. Don't lazily take the ball out the rim. Get the ball out the net. As soon as that thing hits the bottom of the net, that ball should be in your hands, and you should be stepping out of bounds, getting the ball in, so we can push the ball up the floor, push it up that sideline, see if we have anything.
You also had a lot of turnovers too. We turned over the ball a lot.
Let me see what. And Guillermo, I'm coming to you.
Right.
Let me.
Yeah, it was bad.
Let me mute Nate out. Guillermo. There we go. Guillermo, what's going on? What do you think, man?
That's a little extra concern to me, because I think with first and foremost, it's the first game, so guys aren't, not saying they're not in shape, but there's a difference between, like, I've been playing in the summer, I've been working out shape, and this is the NBA shape. So I chalk that up, the turnovers, that's fine. The thing is that I want to see is that they're taking chances. So I was just talking with the fellas in the chat room about Frank's development. And this goes to your comment about the pace. What I want to see is them actually executing half-court sets a lot more better than we have in previous years. Like, I was just talking to these guys about how with the Celtics, when you had in crunch time Doc Rivers, how they would implement like the multiple Ray Allen run around the screens to get the big shot after KG sets a pick, or Paul Pierce get in the box against Carmelo with 4 fouls. I want to see it where we actually get guys into, this is your bread and butter when we're down by 3 and we need a big shot because there's a minute left to go. So I want to see the Kevin Knox come around the screens and hit the big shot. I actually want to see with Frank, and a way to develop him this summer is that you could actually play him off ball. Like, hear me out. I know that this is not his typical game. But what you do with a guy who doesn't have a lot of confidence in his offensive game is that you put him in positions where the onus is on him to score. Where it's, hey, we are putting you in we're going to put you in double picks, double Steve Novak type picks. And when you get the ball, I don't want you to facilitate the open. You're going to shoot the ball. And I want 7 to 8 attempts from you a night where you're shooting the ball in these opportune positions. So what I say, I don't mind the fast break, whatever, that's going to come with time. I saw the Franklin Nikita alley-oop that he had with Mitchell Robinson. Oh my gosh, that looks so beautiful. Mm-hmm. But with that's going to come in time. What I want to see is half-court sets where we're getting guys and you're getting where the Moutier is taking it up against a guy one-on-one, and he's finished at the basket. Frank Ntilikina is shooting a ball off ball, or like I said, Jason Kidd. He's too big, and he's growing up too big to not be bullying smaller point guards down low. He should be abusing John Wall in the box, and if somebody wants to come and help out, that's an easy pass out to whoever. So I want to see an offensive philosophy and a half-court set. When I see that, then I'll be convinced that Fizdale's actually bringing a philosophy to the game or to our team.
Okay, no, but see, this is where I do want to see. I always want to see a team that can learn how to play in the half court, because playing in the half court is always going to be a part of the game. But I think this team is made to run. You know what I'm saying? And if we hold it to just the half court, then I think we're going to be hurting ourselves. I think this team is made to run. I think this team has the ability to do both.
I agree, Sim. I agree a lot. Like I said, you got to put Hezonja in a point forward position. Kevin Knox has to bring the ball, things like that. But again, like I keep going back to, I'll be real quick. Remember how the Pelicans gave the Warriors trouble? They slowed down the game. They were serving it to the big men.
Hey.
They were using that half-court set to abuse and to take the smaller front court. I want to see a smart coaching like that, where we're not trying to run with teams because they run. We're trying to work to their weaknesses. So if they have a front court that's weak and not big enough, you abuse them there. They have a back court that's weak and not. I want to see Frank abuse them. So We'll see. I agree with you, Sim. I agree a lot. I think we have enough point forwards to dribble up the ball and push up the pace. But we need to see smart half court sets. I'm sorry. I just want to see that.
Okay.
I haven't seen that since Pat Riley. So come on.
All right. I got you. I hear you. Let me see. Let me come to Ron Cleveland. What did you think about the pace of the game, Ron? You there? You're breaking up, man. I can't hear you. You're breaking up on me.
Hey, what's so funny?
I'm gonna come to Ant. Ant, what? If I can get him open.
I gotta look up chat laughing at, man.
What did you think about the pace of the game?
Man,
the Knicks.
I think I'm gonna just chalk that up to them not, being comfortable playing together yet. I think once they get more comfortable, we'll see the pace pick up a little more. I also think they were kind of, Isaiah's bugger, but I also think they're kind of, were like a little hesitant to make mistakes, because I think a lot of these guys, they're trying to prove a point now. They're trying to earn playing time, and they may be a little hesitant to push the envelope, and make too many mistakes. So I think once roles are defined, and once they get a little more comfortable with the plays and who they're playing with, I think the pace is picking up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We listen. Some good things that we can take away from this game. There was, some real positive things that we can take away. I think that. I think Fizdale is going to continue to experiment come next game. The Knicks play Brooklyn Wednesday night, I believe it is, right? Yep. Brooklyn Nets, 7:30 Wednesday night at the Barclays Center. So I think we're going to see Fizdale continue to experiment with lineups. We're going to see a lot of different lineups that he's going to throw out there on the floor. I think we're going to see that guard situation. We're going to see a rotation in that guard situation. We may see Ron Baker play a little bit more, with the big boys instead of playing with the varsity JV squad. We may see him play a little bit more with the varsity squad in the next game. So a lot of good things to take away from, but we've got to see some more, and we'll continue to break the game down. Obviously, I'm not going to be at the next game. I'm going to be home watching it, the comfort of my own home. But I do plan to go on before the game, maybe jump on at halftime, and then obviously do the post-game stream. So I'll come on, maybe a half an hour before the game and just, talk it up a little bit. And then as the game starts, we'll get into the game. I'll log off and then so on and so forth. So, yeah, man. I'm a little bit tired. Did a lot of running around today. I'm about to log off. I just wanted to jump on and get a full post-game analysis Before I log off, of course, I want you guys to give your last words, you know what I mean, of the night. And as you give your last words, I want you to tell me what you expect to see coming into this Brooklyn game, you know, as far, you know, from a preseason standpoint, you know, and what you expect to see. So let me get around to the crew here. Ron, I'm gonna come to you, Ron.
Hey, I'm loving what I'm seeing, what I expect to see against Brooklyn. High energy defensively. As long as we play straight defense, man, that's what I'm looking for. We play that hard-nosed defense and we push the pace. Hey, if we take a loss, we take a loss. And I'm loving what the coach is doing. Fizz, we finally got a coach, man. Everybody that's a Knicks fan should be happy, man. We got a coach. We finally got a coach, man. So with that said, man, hey, shout out to the chat, man. The Knicks are back. You heard me? Man.
All right. No doubt. All right, Ron. Have a good one. Peace.
All right.
All right. Let me see. Let me get to Isaiah. Isaiah, what's
Dang, man.
A lot of airtime.
Nah, what's up, man? Shout out to the chat. You know, it's all, I love the family, but you know, you got that one stupid cousin. That's some of the people in the chat. That can't get. We got called. Listen, if y'all disrespect Frank, I'm gonna call y'all can't get right from life. Listen, but no, seriously though. So seriously, I'm gonna do a prediction, Sim. Remember Frank's second game in Summer League? That's what's gonna happen Wednesday.
That's what's gonna happen. I think Frank is gonna start Wednesday.
Huh?
I think Frank's gonna start Wednesday.
I think Frank's gonna start. I think he's gonna be aggressive, and I think he's gonna be aggressive. And he's gonna get people in the right. And listen to what I'm about to say. He's gonna get people in the right position to score.
Yeah. Okay.
Repeat what I just said. Shout out to the chat. Hope everybody has a good day. Don't forget, y'all can't get rights. Bobby Brown, I see you, Bobby Brown.
All right, man. He's tired. He's tired. Let me get him out of here. This dude's tired, man. Let me get him out of here. Remove him. Get him out of here. He's tired. Oh boy, these dudes wild sometimes. Payback, man. What's up, bro?
What's up, Sam? Yo, shout out to the chat. I just want to space the floor. I just want to see them space the floor, play aggressive on defense. And like Fizdale said, win third quarters. We never win no third quarters last year. We gotta win the third quarter.
Okay, yeah, we won the third quarter today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We ain't never win none last year. We gotta win it. You know what I mean, keep winning them. Exactly. That's how we win the games.
Exactly.
Keep going. Be aggressive on offense, space the floor. Keep the pace going. That's it. Everybody, shout out to the chat. So black is time. You already know what it is. Guys, holler. Sam, have a good night.
No doubt. Peace.
All right.
All right. Let me see. Prophet.
Yo,
what's going on?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to look in the camera.
All right.
Seriously, I just wanted to apologize because remember when I called in on the jack, I was like really coming down on Dot a lot because I just felt like I didn't really see enough from Dot. But I want to make an apology to Dot on the same platform. I bashed him more. He showed some progression, and I'm liking how he looked. Sam, Tim, he's like kind of useless to me right now. I hope he gets aggressive, and just his shots are like, he just takes away from us to me. Like I said before, I like the whole Burke and Frank together. And I also, as far as pace though, if you notice, when Frank came in the game, that's when it kind of slowed down. Mm-hmm. That's what people wasn't paying attention because we started running triangle stuff. If you really look with a basketball eye, but yeah, he'll be all right. Like I said, I'd rather him play off ball because I think it'll speed up everything. But besides that, what I expect from this next game is more 5 out. We was running a 5 out, and a lot of people wasn't paying attention to that. I like that 5 out when Kent is not in the game. Okay. But all in all, I just want to see, progression, just steps toward the right direction in general. Like nothing really too crazy as far as adjustments goes. He gonna play with the lineups. We're gonna just see what happens.
Right.
But besides that, once again, shout out to the chat. Good looking for having me, Sim. You're gonna get tired of me, bro, because I'm about to be on here. You know what I'm saying?
So be here. We looking forward to
this face.
No, right?
You're used to it.
All
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
man.
I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later.
Right.
If you ain't talking about profiting, we ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah. All right. Oh man. Nate, what's up, man?
What's up, Sam? Okay, so I got a quick question, and I'm gonna make a statement.
All right.
Okay, so my question is, if you want to make the half-court offense better, why not just feed it through Cantor? Because Cantor can bully any big guy inside. You saw he just pretty much embarrassed Jason Smith on that post-up move.
Well,
I mean, why not play through him more?
Well, let me answer that right quick, because all Cantor can do is bully guys down there. I don't think he's that great of a guy who's gonna be a playmaker and make decisions out of the post, right? I think if you're gonna play through a guy in the post, I think if you're gonna play through a guy that's in the post, he needs to be someone that can really make decisions about who to get the ball to, when to get the ball to him. I think with Cantor, you give it to him and tell him to go score the ball and not make any other decisions with it. That's my opinion.
Well, I think they need to work on that with more, because I think he's got potential. I mean, in the offseason, they did try to work with him like they did Kyle O'Quinn, on working on those post passes and all that. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. My statement is, listen, I saw this game tonight. I'm tired of Burke. I'm tired of Moutier. Give Frank the keys. And listen, if he doesn't pan out this year, then, trade him away. But I'm just tired, man. Everybody just, doesn't give this guy a chance. I mean, he's got to learn. I mean, and he's not going to learn from the bench. So either you put him in or trade him, because I guarantee you some other team, i.e. the San Antonio Spurs, will play this guy and turn him into a great player. Mark my words.
Okay. All right, man.
That's it.
All right, peace.
Have a good night, guys. Peace.
Hey, Fred Wong, I see you in the post. You know what? Sometimes I miss calls. I apologize. Make sure you call in Wednesday night. And for the record, guys, I won't be on tomorrow night because now I'm following the game schedule. All right, so I'm following the game schedule. So I won't be on tomorrow night. I will be on Wednesday night. I'm going to come on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. I'm going to try it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try it. Doing a little pregame thing. So I'm going to come on Wednesday night, pregame, talk about it for about a half an hour or so. Watch the game, and then, we'll talk about, post-game or whatever. But Mr. Wong, Fred Wong, make sure you give me a call back Wednesday night, or give me a call back before the game. Whatever it is, just give me a call back. I apologize. We'll get to you. I promise you that. And it's on you, bro.
What's up, chat? Man, I apologize to the chat on behalf of Isaiah. I don't know what's going on here tonight. He was very rude tonight.
His feelings tonight, man.
But man, my guy Prophet up in ante, he got a slogan. I'm gonna have to give me a slogan.
Yeah.
But
my man Prophet came in to build his brand up.
You ain't talking about Prophet. You ain't talking about nothing. I like it. I like it. But man, that Morris turn, I don't even know if it's Markeith or Marcus, whatever his name. That was so corny what he did tonight, in my opinion. He is the donkey of the year, in my opinion. He tried to rook Mitchell Robinson, and Mitchell Robinson said, "You are not going to rook me." And so shout out to Mitchell Robinson. And to me, that set the tone. That's the kind of attitude I want us to play with this year. We may be young, but they're not going to rook us. You feel me? So I like it. I like the toughness that Fizdale. I think that's what Fizdale brought to these guys. It's a level of toughness that we have that we didn't have last year.
Yeah.
And I like it. We're not going to get bullied, pushed around, So I like it. I like the new culture, the identity that we're building. But on Wednesday, I just want to see, I think we can expect Kevin Knox to have another spectacular showing. And I think we can expect Frank to, show us some more flashes, just be, play a few more minutes. I think they're going to play Frank 20, 25 minutes on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I just want to see him as the primary ball handler for an extended period of time.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to see him, be the primary ball handler for 3 possessions and he's off the ball. I want to see him, run the offense.
right,
for like a good amount of time, and I want to see what he's got. So I'm excited to see it.
All right. Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate
Definitely.
the call. All right, peace. Guillermo, it's on you, my brother.
Sim, man, of course you leave me for last. I'm trying to control how much time I be speaking sometimes, man, but I'll be real quick, man. Look, Brooklyn Nets ain't that great. I really don't care for them. Dinwiddie's a nice little, player. Nothing serious. The thing I want to see a hungry team, right? We talk about earn what you keep. Guys like Moutier who think that they need to be scoring 20 points a night or averaging 30 minutes a night. I want to see those guys get dirty, man. You want to earn what you keep? Give me 8 rebounds. Give me 2 steals. Give me a bunch of bad possessions on the guy that you're defending. Let me see that, all right, my offense is not working, but on defense, I'm not slacking. This is a new Knicks. I want to see diving for balls. I want to see hard work on the part of these guys who are on the bubble in regards to being on 1-year contracts and, blase. I want to see that accountability. I want to see Fizdale reward those guys and say, all right, you're going to be the Marcus Smart of this team. You're going to be Marquise Morris or Marcus Morris, whatever, of this team. I want to see that. And another thing I want to see with Frank, who I like a lot. I think he's like a beautiful clay, man. Like on defense, he's already there. And like I said, I want to see this guy in unfamiliar offensive positions. I want to see him come off ball. I want to see him operate down low, like LeBron did in 2011 when he was playing the Heat against OKC. I want to see those type of things. I don't think Fizdale's going to run too much play wise just because it's preseason and you don't want to give the other team any idea of what you're doing, even though it's not that serious in basketball. But I want to see that defensive identity. I want to see earn what you keep because you're playing all out on defense, not because you're averaging 20, 30 points in preseason. So that's just on my part, man. Salute to you, man. Good episode. Are you going to be doing any of the I know it's preseason, but are you going to be doing any of the diagram stuff for these preseason games?
Yeah. I'm definitely going to. Obviously, I couldn't do it tonight because I was at the game, and then I rushed home. I was at the game doing some stuff at the game. Then I rushed home just to try to jump on. So I didn't have a whole lot prepared. Just trying to but I just wanted to make sure that we got on and got everybody let people speak. So.
All right, cool. So, I mean, look, I'm out, man. I love that stuff when you do diagram stuff. I love all that, the play and strategy stuff. So, salute to you, man. I'll see you here on Wednesday, man. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Peace, bro.
Peace. All right. I thank you guys for staying up with me. It's 1:14 in the morning. Thank you guys for staying up with me. Just want to get my last words in before we get up out of here. Look, I feel good about what we've seen tonight. Obviously, we got to win, but I feel good about what we've seen tonight. I think the point guard battle, is going to continue as far as who's going to be that starting guy. I think we might see a totally different lineup with the guards on Wednesday when the Knicks play the Nets. I actually think Frank Ntilikina might start, not because he obviously I want him to start, but not because Fizdale saying, oh yeah, he's the guy, because he wants to see different lineups. I think that Frank Ntilikina will probably start because he wants to see different lineups. So we didn't see that much of Trey Burke and Frank tonight. We've seen a little bit. I think we'll see more of it Wednesday. We'll probably see Ron Baker play a little bit more Wednesday. He's still figuring it out. Everybody's still figuring it out, guys. And it's going to be it's going to be a process. You know what I mean? It's going to be a process, and but I think in the end, when we get through these four games, Fizdale will have a good idea of who can do what and where he can use them. That's the key right now. I think that's the key. He's just seeing who can do what and where to use them, and it's going to take even more than just a preseason game, 4 preseason games to figure out who can do what and where you can use them. But that's what he's doing right now, trying to see who can do what and where you can use them. I like what I seen from Enes Kanter, though. I'm gonna tell you, he's lean. He looks lean. He looks fit. He looks strong. He looks faster. He's running the floor. Kanter could be in for a good year. He could be in for a good year. We'll see what happens. I can't wait till Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I'm going to be on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. We're going to do a little pregame analysis. I'm gonna try it, see how it goes, jump on at halftime. But halftime, that's short, 10-15 minutes. I'll jump on We'll talk about what we've seen. And then, of course, I do the post-game analysis. So I'll see you guys Wednesday night. Make sure you log in, tune in, and I'll talk to you later. It's 1:17. Make sure you can get up in the morning. All right? Go to work. Make sure you do the things that you got to do. Have a great week. Peace.